Alrighty guys, welcome to another U150 video. Today we're going to look at Xerneas Kecleon. Now I saw this idea a while ago when Xerneas first came out, and then I saw someone post a list on it. Like, I was scrolling through the U150 Facebook page, and I saw this idea, and I was like, might as well try it tonight. It showed up to League, and there were a couple of people playing U150 finally, and everyone's just like, oh, hey, we're gonna try doing U150 more often. I know. And so this is what I played tonight. I really enjoyed it. I didn't lose, which was awesome. This isn't the list that I played tonight. What? Finn? The cat. This wasn't the list I played tonight, however, this is the optimal list if I had owned all the cards for it. And it's also the list that I played after, or I would have played if I made some changes to the list. There's only like 2 or 3 cards that I changed from the list I played tonight. But anyways, we're going to go through card by card. Starting with your main combo, and that's going to be the Xerneas Breakthrough plus Kecleon. Now, Rainbow Force is an attack if you played Standard or even Expanded. You know very well 10 plus 30 for each different type of Pokemon on your bench. Well, Kecleon from Rising Rivals here is every type, except for Fairy and Dragon, because those weren't ever out then. But regardless, that's adding 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times 30, which is 270 damage plus the 80, so it's 280 damage just with Xerneas and Kecleon out. Plus you probably have a Fairy, so it's 310 damage, plus Muscle Band puts it to 330, plus Kukui 350, Laser 360, so 360 I believe is the max you can hit in this deck, which is bananas good. It one-shots everything. I don't think there's something that any sort of combo that gets you much higher than that. I don't think you can. The only thing that really stops this is stuff like Focus Sash, Focus Band, that sort of deal. So if you can get 3 energies on a Xerneas, you can start just bopping stuff left and right. Unfortunately, it is an EX, but hey, what can you do? That being said, the way that you get it either A, powered up, or B, sort of that works well with fairies is the other Xerneas is Geomancy and Lifestream is kind of where to go for early, mid-game pressure, even late-game pressure once you get a whole bunch of energies on the field. The deck runs smooth enough that you can get turn 2, turn 3 Geomancy fairly easily and start charging up Xerneas and start charging up some other things as well. There are other attackers in the deck. It's not just these 2 Xerneas plus the break. It's really good. I didn't think it would be as good as it was until I started playing it. And granted, the people in my area aren't as up to date on U150, and they're kind of throwing decks together, but they're just trying to get back in. They're trying to get back into it, and they're going to be building more decks. But I think this just hit fast, hit hard, really hard to deal with. And you'll find out later if you don't one-shot Xerneas, it gets healed right off. So if you can't deal 160 after Belt or 150 after Break, you're going to be in a bad trouble. So there's your main combo. Now, there are 96 other cards in the deck, so might as well take a look at those ones. First and foremost, backup attackers / other cool stuff. Mew is in here to hit Psychic Weakness, I'm assuming. It was in the original list that I saw online, and I decided to play it again, and it really didn't hurt to play it. It's a 50 HP Pokemon, not the worst. It's not an EX because of that cool ruling. Free Retreat's nice. Encounter's a good attack early. But it's nice to have like another your Xerneas Break not being knocked out. You know, if you can commit 3 energies late game and use cool attacks. So it's not the worst. I don't know. I might be cut eventually. I didn't find super much use for it, but we'll see. It might be cut. We'll see. Deontay EX is a card that I liked. I didn't ever use it, but it's a great backup attacker if you can't get Xerneas back out. You usually can get Xerneas back out, so it's not too much of a problem. And plus, with a Fury Belt on it, you're doing 190 HP, which is really, really good. Hard to one-shot that. So yeah, Sparkle Veil is also awesome. Any damage done is reduced by 30, and you're hitting for 110 for 3 energies. Very, very good backup attacker. Ditto. Ditto's just great in any deck that can abuse energy moving abilities. So we play Aromatisse, you'll find out later. And so Ditto's just great for that sort of thing, just moving energy and smacking them back. we were in the situation where, like, I was playing against Lurantis GX, and you can move your fairies up to there and smack it back with their GX attack. We don't play a GX, but they do. So you can smack it right back because your energies also count as grass. It's crazy. And then the other one over here is Electrike and Manectric. Now, the reason we played Electrike is because I saw in that list, it's the same sort of thing you use in Pancakes and any sort of other deck that needs to keep your energy on your side of the field. Speed, Turbo Dark and Standard, and that's Regirock. The promo Regirock, because it has Alpha Barrier, so your energies don't get removed. Electrike does the same thing, 50 HP on your bench. Yeah, it's not as much HP, but it's only 1 retreat. And it allows us to play this Manectric from Mysterious Treasures. Lightning Twister does 20 damage times the number of basic energies attached to Manectric. Now, he could be your late game sweeper. If you need to take your last prize and you can't get your backup attackers out, or blah 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 blah, you can Aromatisse all of your energies over to Manectric and just blammo, just go crazy with it. I didn't play it tonight because I don't own one. I'm going to order one. I don't know how great it actually is, but it's a nice little backup attacker, hits for lightning, you know, this, and this. So there's that. Plus, if you play Electrike over Regirock, if you play Claydol and you can't get your Kecleon out for some reason, or you get hexed, Electrike is a different type than Claydol, so it adds to Rainbow Force's damage. So another reason to play Electrike. Supporting stage 1s, I will always play these 6 cards in every U150 deck ever. Used to be just playing 1/1 Claydol, and I was like, I'm good. But I found out really quick that people would just Lysander kill your Claydol over and over again. And then you'd be like, oh, I can't draw. So I like having other draw support, and Porygon 2 is a great way to get that. If it depends on the game state, if I need to use backup or download. Download is just super good. Download is almost a win more card. If I can get backup and download out, or download and Cosmic Power out, then, you know, you just win the game. Like, you just do. And if they can't stop that, like, you're just going to grab whatever you want to grab, like, every turn. You're going to thin your deck and just be able to pick things off. So, I like download a lot, and since I already played 1 Porygon, might as well play 2 to get a little bit more consistency. Draw into your Porygons easier. I never really liked setting up 1 with a collector. I found myself collecting for a Xerneas, for a Spritzy, and then like either a Lapras or a Uxie or something like that. Yeah, and Baltoy Claydol can be searched with Karina, and you have Porygon 2s if you wanted to play Winona and other cool colorless Pokemon, you could do that, but hey. These are the 2 Porygons I played. I think that the 2 best Porygons. There's one other Porygon that's pretty alright, and I play that Baltoy because I like drawing cards. I don't like the Baltoy that switches, that tend to switch. Yeah, it protects your Baltoy, but it's 1 retreat. You're going to get out of there anyways. I like Psychic Balance better, just as like a oh crap situation. There is a Porygon that has free retreat, but it does have 30 HP, so take that in mind. And then your last couple support Pokemon, like I said, we play Aromatisse. Doesn't matter what Spritzy you play, they're all bad. There's one that plays 40 HP, so don't play that one. But all the other ones have the same stats, 50 HP, 1 retreat. That one that I'm playing for Flash Fire just does 10 damage and 30 damage and just does damage. So Aromatisse to move your fairies around. And then some other supporter Pokemon, Uxie, Dunsparce, Lapras. I don't play Sableye because I think it's bad. And I don't play Spiritomb in this because there's not very many evolutions. Yeah, the item lock is nice, but it's not super important. It slows your opponent down while not really speeding you up because you don't play evolutions, so why play it? You can strike and run into it. Great, cool. And then Unknown was a card that I never really actually thought about playing. Unknown and Unknown R, they're both the same Pokemon. I thought Unknown R is better. I just own this on R. So play Unknown R. I'll order a new one. This was my mistake. I should play Unknown R. AOR is just like easier to get your hands on. Anyways, I like it because there's the cool combo with with Oracle, where you search your cards, put 2 on top, and then you Claydol or Porygon into it. If you don't have one of those 2 out, you can Unknown into it. There's that. There's the whole, I play Pokemon Rescue and Pokemon Retriever, and a lot of ways to just get Pokemon back from your discard instantly. So Unknown can draw 2 if you have those 2 cards in your hand. So I think it's pretty good. This is the first time I've ever played the card, and I liked it. So we'll see. It's also a nice little like bench holder, so you can put something down and then and then draw something else after it. So I don't know, it's good. We'll see. Energy count, there's 15 fairy energies. I think that's more than enough. I ran 16 and I was just getting energy clumped. Like I think 15 is enough. I might even drop down to 14 to be honest. Like there's that. Double colorless, because your main attacker uses double colorless, and Fairy or Lifestream uses it. And then Lifestream can also benefit off of Double Rainbow. It's the same way Double Dragon is used in Turbo Dark. Double Rainbow can just be slapped on an Aromatisse or a Porygon or a Claydol or something. You're not going to ever attack with it. You can if you want, which is cool. It'd be like, oh, I attack with Claydol for 30 damage. You know, you can do that if you ever need to. It's like the only situation because Manectric's attack is 3 lightnings. So Claydol's the only one who could benefit from the attack. But it counts for twice the energy, so 40 damage on Lifestream. So might as well. It worked out for me tonight. It wasn't detrimental for any reason. It wasn't like I was ever like, oh, I wish this was something else. It was a good card, don't get me wrong, but it could be cut. Looking at supporters now, you're going to have just standard looking supporters. There's going to be nothing fancy here. The Kukui was weird. I think I'm going to cut Kukui for something else, or Kukui. It's great, but not good. Like, Iris would just be better in every situation. Like, drawing the 2, I was like, whatever. So I'm probably going to cut that for Iris. Everything else pretty standard. I like playing 2 N. I like playing 2 Sycamore and Juniper. I like doing that sort of stuff just to go fast. So there's all that. Trump card, Lysander, Oaks, all stuff that's normal. Only thing that's kind of weird here, I think, is the Ninja Boy. You don't see that in many decks, but sometimes if your opponent's going slow, Geomancing over and over again gets boring, and if you don't hit your break, you can Ninja Boy into your other one and attach to DCE, or Ninja Boy away, Uxie, Lapras, that sort of things. Dunsparce, your bad starters, Ninja Boy those away. Everything else is I don't. Trevor is a card I've been seeing a lot in decks that on U150 on like the site and stuff, and I get it, but it might be cut. It's not fast enough for me. I just like going faster, and this deck is fast. More standard looking supporters. Pokemon Center related to keep your Xerneas alive longer, and the special condition removing is nice. I like Lookers. It's not the best draw supporter, but I like the whole disruption it brings, especially if your opponent has a big hand. Marlies is awesome. I will always love Marlies. Collector is the only search 3 Pokemon. We don't play Lynette, we don't play Bridget, we don't play Holland Mentor. Just because you don't really need, like, you only never need 1 Pokemon, right? You need the Xerneas, and that's about it. And then eventually you'll draw into your Kecleon when you start attacking. But, like, that's really all you need. So there's not a whole lot of setup, so you can cut back on that sort of stuff. But 1 collector is still nice. Tools and stadiums. EXP Share Muscle Band, Fury Belt, Floatstone, pretty normal. You can play Expert Belt too, if you'd like. I think Expert Belt would be good. All of your attackers are EX attackers. Oh, that's why we play Mew. Ah, stupid me. Mew is your only non-EX attacker. There you go. That's why. Mew and Manectric. That's it. So if you run into like Regice or Carbink or anything like that, that's it. Okay, there we go. Safeguard Pokemon. That's where we play Mew. Anyways, Flowstone, Fury Belt, Muscle Man, EXP Share. We only play EX attackers, so Expert Belt is kind of unadvised because they're going to take 3 prizes if they knock it out. Anyway, they don't like doing that. So these are your your standard. Fluffy Bear is another inclusion, but most of your stuff has 1 retreat. Some of it has 2. The Porygon, Claydol, Lapras, I believe, are the only ones that have 2. If you put a Floatstone on one of those, Fairy Garden is going to work fine anyways because you play Aromatisse, so everything's going to have to retreat regardless unless it gets bounced. But like Fury Belt, Fairy Garden is fine. I played 2 Escape Rope, rather 2 Escape Rope, or 1 Escape Rope, 1 Warp Point. So I don't think Fluffy Bear is truly needed. Plus most of your stuff's EX anyways, like you're only going to put it on your bench sitters and you're going to retreat those anyways. Anyways, Skyfield, Fairy Garden. I don't play Broken Time Space because you don't need any of your stage 1s right away. You just don't. You can just sit on them. Aromatisse is like the only one you could argue where you want right away, but to commit 1 space just to get Aromatisse, I don't think it's worth it. You're just better off playing other cards, I think. So, I mean, I could be wrong. I'm not very good at U150. Who knows? Moving into item cards, you're going to just see a lot of standard stuff here. All these standard in every deck. I think people have this argument, the Super Rod Retriever Rescue argument. People are like, oh, Retriever does the job of both. However, you only play, like, you have your 1 main attacker, and you want to try to get it as much as you can. So Retriever and Rescue are a good ways to go about it. You could even argue that you want to play a Revive to keep recycling it, but I feel like having these 3 options are good enough to recycle stuff. That way your Junk Arm, Item Finder, and Dowsing Machine can go for other things, not just those 3. So a lot of people once upon a time told me Rescue is bad, but I think it's good in this deck. Not in every deck. This is like the only one I would argue that Rescue would be good in. So, anyways. More standard stuff. Well, I'm wrong. Sorry. VS Seeker, Windstorm, standard. Hypnotox Laser, mostly standard. But you have Fairy Drop, Center Lady, Super Potion, Max Potion. These are all ways to keep your Xerneas fresh if it doesn't get one shot. I did play big Malasada. It just wasn't. It was lackluster, to be honest. There was other better stuff that I'd rather do. And status conditions, I could either AZ, Escape Rope, Center Lady. I could always have another way out of it that wasn't Malasada. So I felt like it was not worth the spot. Pokemon Center is so good. It's a card that needs to be in every sort of like healing deck. Super good. If you're not playing Pokemon Center Lady in this deck, I think you're wrong. But remember, this is just my opinion, and this is just a deck, so have fun. Yeah, and Poxro's Invention's another card. I will always talk about this card. I think it's super, super good and super underrated. Your opponent gets to pick their own prizes, right? So why not mess with their own prizes? It's a singleton format. If you get this turn 1 and put, like, let's say you played this card against me and I didn't hit Xerneas, I didn't get it out turn 1, and you shuffled it into the prizes. Like, whoa. Like, what do I do now? Like, you have to go to backup attackers to try to dig it out. I don't play Town Map or any of those kind of cards. No one does. So I think Invention is like the 101st card that I think is worth being that 100th card. Especially in a deck that has so much room. This deck has a lot of room in it. So Poxro's Invention, super, super good card. Search cards, kind of. I kind of tried to lump items, but yeah. All search cards, super good. Red card for extra disruption. I didn't play it tonight. I want to try it. There was other cards, like that was where the Malasada card cut came from. So that might be another card I could put in there. Everyone in my area likes Imposter Oaks, so I might just play like a town map just to counter that, I guess. Yeah. Blaine's Quiz 3 for extra draw power. There's some, I love item cards that draw, and Blaine's Quiz 3 is one of the best cards, I think, for that. Besides from Erica, but I don't like giving my opponent 3 free cards. And Bill is just underpowered. Challenge is a card you could consider. The other 2 Blaine's Quizzes only draw 2, and they're way more guessy, except for the length one. But that's just like, hey, I get to draw 2 cards. So, Blaine's Quiz 3, one of my favorites. Some other cool cards here. Secret Mission, like I said, item draw. Misty's Wrath, item draw. Warp Point, Escape Rope. Pal Pad to go along with the Versus Seeker, because sometimes you have to use one or the other, and you never want to be in a situation where all of your dowsings dowsing effects and your Versus Seeker are gone with your trump card. So Pal Pad is just like your extra safety net for that matter. And then Max Elixir is a card that I was like, this is going to be bad, but we'll try it. And I just kind of like plopped it into my deck, but I really enjoyed it. It hit a lot of times. 15 energies. So let's say at the top of your deck you're drawing 15, so you're going to go immediately down to 85 cards. 15 into 85, I probably could figure out the math, but it's pretty good percentages that you're going to hit. I know, like, once you play 1/5 of energies, like 10 energies in Turbo Dark, sorry, 12 energies is like standard and Turbo Dark and standard, and that's 1/5 of your starting deck. Plus, once you get to 47, you're down to like 1/4 of your starting deck. So I think like 16, 17 energies would probably be beneficial if you were like hanging your hat on Max Elixir. However, like Max Elixir in turn 1 is going to be the only situation where you get that. Otherwise, you're going to just burn through your deck, and you're going to hit Max Elixirs. I missed 1 Max Elixir, and I played like 4 or 5 of them. So throughout the night. Max Elixir, I think it's worth including in the deck just to give you that extra plus 20. That's like essentially what it is. It's plus 20 damage. So there's that. And then the Elite Four, last 3 cards rounded out. I'm not playing Goop Gas Attack. I play Hex, but not Goop. The reason I don't play Goop is because I don't like gooping and shutting off my own Kecleon and then not doing enough damage. I just don't want to ever be like forced in that situation. So you could argue that Goop is better than Hex in that regards because it's an item, but Hex is reusable where Goop isn't. So like, I think in this deck you just like Goop, yeah, it shuts them down, but it shuts you down before you attack. So I didn't miss it. I didn't miss it, to be honest. I didn't miss it. Anyways, these 3 cards, Elite, they're in every deck. So, and there you go. There you have it. I hope that was a good enough explanation of the deck. It was definitely better than the Burn deck because the Burn deck was way outdated, and just not updated and just a bad list. But I wanted to get content out that day, so sorry. And I didn't realize Entei was banned, and then the guy commented on it, and I was like, crap, I'm an idiot. And so I apologize for that, first of all. But yeah, here's your list one more time. Super, super good deck. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next time.